Father, Mother, hello. I hope things are to your satisfaction. You are likely doing just fine without me around, but Raisha says I should write. Raisha is the char on board, and they are a Ketra, like me. They are nice. Do not expect grandchildren from this compliment. I am well, largely unharmed since that day in the storm. They find me useful. I do my best to quell my temper until it is necessary to not. Raisha has taken on to helping me tame the storm. Our captain is rough and unfair at times, but for the most part things stay civil. I do worry about their recent obsession, but I am sure things will turn out fine. Should it not? Well, I have learned a lot of what I am capable of. I will not be shy about imparting this knowledge onto others. Your child, Izuesco.
Dear Vesh, I know that you're doing well and everything's fine, but I really miss hearing your voice. We're heading out for a raid soon, and already I can hear the whispers of your words in my ears. Don't look smug about that, troublemaker. I don't know if your way is the better way, but it does seem to be a different way. When you get back, tell me about it, okay? Love, Shale.
Clutch mate Selnari. These words scratch like dry leaves, but we write them out anyway. The waves of green still do not hold us, but here in the creaking wood of this ship, something old and glowing crawls, and it hums like home inside our chest. We do not name it, but it sees us, soft and strange, like webs that do not break in the wind. Our legs still shake on these planks, not made for us, but we stay. We follow it, even if the rest of us stays lost. Drone Skell.
Shale, I hope this message sees you soon. There aren't many word-bearers in this area that want to make the journey to Hearthstone. Oh, how I wish you could be here with me. But I know, your training comes first. The crew I picked up at Port Basker left me as soon as we arrived at the next spit. I think everyone can tell I'm as green as the trees. I might have found a new crew, but well, who knows how long they'll stay. Kick Terran extra hard for me next time you're sparring, and write me back soon. Your friend, Vesh.
Clutch mate Skell, we are pleased to hear your correspondence. It satisfies us greatly, as well as your continued survival and exploration on these rolling waves. Here on this island, the days are long and the years are short. We have finally found the warm embrace that we have often heard of, but chased so long. Home. We hope one day that you and yours find it as well. Tell us of these people and this ship. Tell us of your travels. Tell us when you find home again. Drone Samari.
Dearest Mother, we set out for our journey today and I'm nervous. You would think after going on my own pilgrimage I'd be ready to go back into the vast sea. But there's part of me that fears it. Atlas is brave and daring, someone I trust with my whole being. But I worry his ambitions will take us to places even he can't handle. It's reckless enough to go out for a second expedition, but the Council relies heavily on him, as we both know. All our lives we've been this way, it seems. He rushes into danger, and there I am, always ready to patch him up. But I suppose he's always done the same for me. There's never been a fight, physical or otherwise, that he's not come running to defend me for. It's only right I see this journey through by his side. Look at me lamenting like I'll never come home. Please tend to the gardens while I'm gone. I'd hate to return to a dead garden after such an arduous journey. Give my love to Father, and please take care of yourself while I'm away. All my love, Visha.
Dear Vesh, if reports are to be believed, and I hope they are, you've been quite the troublemaker since you set out. Where do I even start? You collapsed a spit into the sink, and then either adopted or displaced the entire population. Details seem to be a little scarce on that part. But it's even harder to believe that what people are saying you did afterwards. Did you and your crew really subjugate the concourse? That's been on the danger list for years. Even veteran raiders wouldn't try them. How did you do it? Set the record straight for us, but also let me know. What have you seen out there? Where are you going next? Are you still searching for the truth out there? Your friend, Shale.
Happy Tuesday. Hope you're all having a wonderful week. We're having a giggly overtime here talking about Art Fight. If you don't know what that is, you should join our Discord, discord.gg/magicrpg, and talk about the attacks and defenses you've received at Art Fight. We all just learned about it together with Momo's attacks and defenses.
I taught them.
And some of her very thick characters that are in the Reza.
You should see the ones that Crisby, our official artist for a lot of our shows. Crisby is an Art Fight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Are they on your team?
Not on my team. We're fighting. We're warring against. Warring.
No, not with Crisby.
Yeah, I'd love to see Crispy's OCs, actually.
They're very pretty.
If this is your first time here, welcome. You can catch up youtube.com/magicrpg. We have lots of other shows, including Heirs of Honor, which just wrapped up. That entire series is now on our YouTube. Blood Money is back as well, and it's going to be happening this Friday. It's happening this Friday, right, guys? We're not on another hiatus all of a sudden?
Correct, it is happening.
Okay, cool. Good. Last episode was fun. Momo was unhinged AF, and it was great. Yeah, you can catch up on that show on our YouTube as well. And then next week, do I still have this prepped? I do. We have Minutes of Midnight, our Blade 68 game. Oh, wait, I have the book back here. I don't know how well you can see that. The books just came yesterday. But Blade 68 is happening. It is already done. All the episodes are done. It's pre-recorded, and we're releasing them. Andrew actually had the bright idea of trying to release it faster than once every week. I wish I could do that. Not all the episodes are edited, so I can't, but it was a really good idea. Maybe I'll do that in the future. But they're going to be coming out once a week over the next 6 weeks. I believe it's 6 sessions. We had a lot of fun in that game. A lot of just arguing with each other, a lot of just RP vibing, and then a lot of really disastrous and mischievous jobs. Like, I just, you guys remember this. There was a protest job where everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And it was the most ridiculous and hilarious thing. And listening back to that, everyone's like, I don't know what to do. Everything's going wrong. It was enjoyable. So if you like watching us fail, you like watching us succeed, you want some Easter eggs from some earlier shows maybe, you should check that out. It was a lot of fun. But enough of that. We have a game to play now. You all ready?
Always.
All right, let's do it. Last time, as Sparrow put it while we were just kind of vibing before, they destroyed the Garls. The Garls are no more. They, despite the fact that Vesh had been holding on to some mysterious punch cards that they were given by a postmaster earlier, they eventually decided to try them all. They were linked into a hive mind, which was maybe a little bit frightening, maybe a little bit hilarious for a little bit. But then, as they infiltrated the recharging center, they were able to disable all of them. Visha and Skell were able to literally rally the townsfolk to attack the Garls. And the Garls became a combination of scrap metal and garbage in the wild ways as they dumped them over the side of the island. But just as everyone was doing a little bit of celebration, the streets were feeling good. You all saw the Six Flags. Wow, that was not intended. Of the Onyx fleet on the horizon coming towards harbor. And you estimate there may be a half day or a full day's flight, sail, journey away from you all. So you have a little bit of time to prepare, maybe a little bit of discussion to figure out what you want to do when they arrive. And maybe you want to stay and fight, maybe you want to hide, maybe you want to leave. All of these are options, but I'm going to turn it over to all of you. You have a good day of time before they get here. What is it that you would like to do? If you need some prompting, Sparrow, I know what Izuesco is doing.
True.
You can wax poetic if you would like, or start the conversation however you see fit on your little idea for your day.
I think I'd
before.
actually like to take a back seat for a bit,
Okay.
since I kind of took a good chunk of the end of the last episode. I think I feel like it's fair that we
That
talk
is
about what
fine.
else is going on.
If anyone has something they would like to do, thank you, Holly, that knows what they want to do, feel free. Speak up. Be counted. Live your best
I
life
think-
before it ends.
I think my character thing is that she doesn't know what to do. So maybe I'm happy to act that out though and play that
Yeah.
out.
I
Of running
mean,
around and asking everyone what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, I think what probably strikes Visha in your internal panic is you are probably about to see your brother again.
Did you know he was alive? Or
Marcus had
You know.
said that
Marcus
was
had mentioned
alive.
that he was there. Yeah.
on the Onyx Star.
Oh, I know what she's doing. Actually, that was perfect, Frank. Thank you. That was perfect.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
She's scrubbing the ship.
Okay.
It like probably the frozen, like, what the fuck do I do? Oh my god. And then my brother is going to be here. He hasn't seen this ship in probably as long as I had. Like
Yeah.
almost 200 years. And this is his baby.
And you've done
He-
some renovations since then.
He helped build this. Oh, he's not going to be happy that we've touched the ship. At least she doesn't think so. You know, the last version of her brother she knows was from 200 years ago, and he was, you know, like maybe a
Alive.
under 30, like a mid 20s, something kind of. What's a nice way?
what do you mean by that? What are you trying to get to? Huh?
He's just like extroverted, himbo a little bit without the himbo. I'm picturing like I'm
Does himbo without the himbo mean?
big man who wants to save people, but
Okay, got it.
yes, that's
But
what I'm
not an
picturing.
idiot.
No, but not an idiot. And he's a little stern. He's particular about what he likes. Obviously, he was a ship captain.
He's very particular.
He is very particular.
And a lot of
It-
time has passed.
And a lot of time has passed, so maybe he's different. But if he's not, she's like, I gotta get this ship as perfect as I can. So she's gonna start moving shit around. She's gonna start clean.
Visha's cleaning, and she would find Vesh like Vesh is always cleaning. Like Vesh is always like working, putzing around on the ship. So he, you grab a mop, and he's already there like scrubbing a railing. He's like looking at you. You want to clean now? Now you want to clean.
Yes. I don't think you realize what's about to happen. Vesh, I have to prepare you. And she goes over to you. And she puts her little hands on on your arms. My brother is a scary individual. Not to me. You know, he's actually very sweet, but he's not gonna be happy about, and she gestures vaguely to Siren.
You don't think that maybe he has more pressing concerns, such as his freedom?
Time to worry about that then. Besides, I think you underestimate how important the ship was to us and our family.
Okay.
He helped
No,
make
that's-
this.
And I appreciate that. I honestly can't wait to meet him.
It brought our family quite a bit of renown and glory back home, and so it's very special to him.
This ship.
Yes, the ship,
Well,
at least back in the day.
Well, I think he's going to come and see the improvements we've made, the upgrades, see that it's still kicking. I mean, 200 years, long time.
I know. Just want it to be really nice for when he sees it again. And he might try and like haze you.
Haze me?
Well, you're its new captain. And I mean that in the most gentle of way as, what's a good, you know, you're a bit,
I'm a bit what?
she smiles up at you.
He gets like, he stands up like fully tall, which is pretty imposing. He's very tall.
Oh, he's a tall boy. She knows.
But it's still not very intimidating as he stands over you.
You're just, You're a different kind of individual, and I don't think that's bad. But I just don't want him to push you around too much. He's a big
He's not gonna-
personality.
He's not going to push me around. This is my ship.
You tell him that.
I don't have to tell him that. He'll know it when he boards the ship, when I give him permission to board the vessel.
She looks very worried.
I have
Yes?
a question.
What's your question?
You look so bewildered.
The Onyx fleet is headed this way.
Yes.
They are not good people.
No.
No.
Okay,
No.
thank you. As you two are having this conversation, Skell clambers up from the cargo hold, and he has like all of his like cannon seed pods like tied over his shoulder. Why are you watching the ship now?
We're doing what we can to prepare. I'm thinking. I'm trying to.
I have bombs, Captain.
That's great, Skell. What do you want to do with them right now?
And he points to the horizon. What are you two doing? Why aren't you preparing?
I am preparing. My brother's on that ship.
And what if he tries to kill us?
He wouldn't do that.
You don't know that.
Well, we have to be prepared that he
We-
might not.
Killed the Garls, Captain.
Yes.
They probably won't be too happy.
I know that. And I'm trying to look, I need to center myself, and sometimes working and cleaning helps me get my thoughts together. And I'm sorry, Skell, I've never actually been a part of a I've never planned a battle before. I've never taken on a fleet of other ships. It's not really the type of thing that I've excelled at. So I'm letting you prepare as best as you can while I think about what's best that I can do and how best we can navigate our way through this. And he puts his head back down and he starts scrubbing like really hard.
And Skell comes up to you and crouches down next to you and looks up. We talked about this, Captain. It was your decision to come here and save the two Ectuses. You made a choice. Did you not? And he's like looking like at you. Now is not the time to cower.
He he stops scrubbing and he sits up. Skell, I'm not cowering. Believe it or not, even though I'm not a fighter, I've been in quite a few fights. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of getting hurt anyway. But I don't want to let you down, this crew down, the people that have put their trust in us. And I need to make sure that I make the best decision in these circumstances.
Do you want help?
Yes.
Start by turning the ship around and pointing the lightning rod the way they are coming. Usually when there is a battle, you aim your cannons at the enemy.
He gets up to his feet. It's a little frustration on his face, but he dusts himself off. All right, you're right. I'll get the ship pointed towards the horizon, and we are going to have a meeting in, let's say, 15 minutes. All right?
Sounds like the start of a plan.
He'll give Skell a nod, and he'll look at Visha, and then he'll get up and leave for the moment. He'll go handle some other part of the ship for a bit.
What's Visha's reaction to that?
Nervousness. Anything to say about it?
You're just going to continue as is?
Hmm.
It's okay if so. I just want to check.
I think so, yes.
We will go across harbor to Izuesco, who is having a meeting of a different kind. Izuesco, you previously promised to train and help a young Tempest named Ollie, who was kind of a burgeoning revolutionary, or so it seemed. He always seemed to have a little bit of false bravado that fell away pretty quickly once he realized the significance of the moment. But it seemed like Izuesco saw something in him and decided to say, yeah, I'll help. And I think you also have something that you would like to get out of this as well, and hoping that you can help each other.
True.
So how do you go about it?
She remembers how Raisha treated him on the Onyx Star before his unceremonious exit off that vessel. And it's very much a lowering the ladder to bring the next person up kind of mentality that she has adopted for this. And so she is doing what she can to teach Ali control the way that she has it. It doesn't, I mean, she wouldn't call herself, you know, a marksman or a marksperson by any stretch, but she tends to hit the things that she aims at way more than she misses.
Yes.
So, and she hasn't yet had a situation in which lightning has taken control. A storm has not taken control of her yet. Her anger has definitely taken control of her, but she hasn't like lost ability to control what she can use as firepower. So that's what she is trying to do now. It's not a lot of conversation, which is kind of why I was like, maybe come back to me.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of actual talking. I think it's more like she is trying to do this, but she's also hurrying, and she's also trying to do this in a way that keeps things safe, because I mean, she can shoot lightning. I mean, chances are that like there's a chance that she could hit something that could ignite it, sure, but like his ability straight up skips the chance and makes it on fire. So she's trying to do so safely and quickly, and also she's like very carefully watching what he does, because she may learn a thing or two about her own abilities. If not being able to get that fire ability from him, she may learn a thing or two about how he controls things that may improve her own methods. So there's a lot of there's not a lot of conversation, because there's a lot of moving parts going on in her brain.
And what I would say, we have seen a lot of sides to Izuesco at this point. We have seen introversion, we have seen aggression, we have seen anger, but I don't think we've ever really seen Izuesco out of control. I think Izuesco has been, for the most part, manifesting a degree of self-mastery the entire time we've known them. And I think that comes out in this kind of training session you're having with Ollie. It's like part sparring, part instruction, part tutorial.
Well, if I may, I think it is mostly because the last time that she felt like she lost control was the night before she was tossed off the Onyx Star.
Yeah. So I will honestly allow you to use almost any skill for this, whether you want it to be flourish and use instinct or grace. Almost anything works, but we will see how successful you are. We'll kind of describe how this all goes down, how he learns, how you learn. but you can style it however you want.
I
Well-
was going to go with Grace and Flourish, and that's a 653. So
Okay, that is a triumph, and it is. You obviously have a greater control.
Sorry, Instinct. Sorry, Instinct
Yeah.
is Flourished. Is
Got
what
it.
I meant.
Instinct and flourish. You obviously have a much greater control over your abilities than Ollie. Ollie, however, I mentioned the false bravado, but then he seemed to kind of approach you with a reverence and respect, which is exactly what you need for a teacher, and in a weird way, a peer. Tempests are not common. They are very rare. Their powers are often feared because of how destructive they are, and Ollie's power is particularly destructive. He has a section of his little orchard that has been subject to controlled burns, and obviously now that you're training with him, these controlled burns have obviously been a cover for him experimenting with his powers. You spend hours watching him use his powers, him watching you, emphasizing the control. It's almost dance-like in how you're just kind of reacting to each other physically without much speaking, and you kind of learning what he has done. What I would say is you can see what he is doing and how he is doing it as you are teaching him a measure of control. In order for you to manifest fire in the way that he has manifested it, as you can tell, is very similar how you have jammed this lightning rod into your flesh. As you're watching his powers and how they work, he has implanted something within him as well. And it looks like, from studying him, from looking at what he's doing, he has implanted it very close to his own heart. And whether that is because he has replaced his heart, actually, or it's something that he has stuck and pierced his heart, you're not 100% sure at first. But after watching him and understanding his powers flowing, you are fairly confident you could replicate this, but it would take a little bit of arconautic experimentation, the same way that anyone would with experimenting with powers, in the same way that a raveler would learn how to manipulate cloth, or a screw would learn how to manipulate metal. Same principle. But given your experience and your control, you think you could pick it up pretty quickly. But like all things in arconautics, it would be dangerous. So if you would like to attempt it, I'm sure he would help you as you're kind of doing this. But you would need some kind of a catalyst for the flame power that is currently not within you. But you think you could do it.
I think she would consider, in a similar way that, like, and forgive me if I'm making bullshit up here, but I feel like it's kind of like how, like, dragon breath is like a like, it's essentially a chemical that is made and ignited in that, like, in the like throat / mouth area. I think that's kind of the route that she would go, is like, it wouldn't necessarily be something that produces fire per se, but it could be something that, like, off of the spark of lightning maybe becomes flame.
Ooh, let me think.
That's what I was thinking, because then it's not so, like, it's not like smashing two X-Men together and being like, now you have both powers. You know, like, it could be something that she would make that maybe is volatile enough that, like, sparked off of lightning would create a stream of flame or something to that effect. Effectively becoming like having like the ability to just flamethrower as opposed to like embedding like a a smoldering coal in her flesh or something like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, let me think.
And I don't know if you have any thoughts on this because I don't know that much about Krezerin, but perhaps that could be something that is involved, perhaps.
Your body
know.
is malleable, right?
Yeah.
What I would say is you would do, if you'll allow me some creative liberty, you
I'm
would
listening.
experiment with this for some time over the day. And like I said, you're not trying to embed cinders in your heart. That's a little bit much. But you watch the way that he's doing it, and on a whim and just kind of experimenting, you decide to put a piece of a branch against your lightning rod, and you realize that you are able then to create smoke from it. A little bit more experimenting, you're messing around, and while it takes most of the day to adjust, by the end you're able to create small flame in addition to your lightning without losing control of it. So just remember that you have a small branch embedded in your arm next to your lightning rod.
Okay.
You are going to have to practice to get good at it, but you'll see. And I know that, as we all have discovered with the Wildsea over time, the process of leveling up and combining and expanding aspects is very complicated. But we can figure that out where we don't have to talk about it for 10 minutes right now. And we'll figure that out either during the break or afterwards.
Sounds good to me.
I would like to go back to Vesh because... back to Skell. I don't know why I keep calling Skell Vesh. It doesn't make any sense in my head. I would like to go back to Skell. I think the reaction that your crewmates had to this, to Skell, seems a little bit ridiculous. What is going on in Skell's head after that encounter?
I think something clicked in him when they just outright decimated the Garls. This wasn't a battle where, we got hurt and the Garls got hurt and there was some sort of retreat or peace talks and, it was like someone pouring bug killer in a hive and all the Garls just died. And in his mind, in his culture, that would be met with war. So he's planning for the worst. And I think that's why he got so serious, is he doesn't know, or maybe he's misunderstanding, but coming up to the deck, and Visha and Vesh are kind of joking and they're washing the deck while death is looming on the horizon, probably kind of made him angry. Like, they're not taking this seriously. They think the Onyx fleet is going to show up and we're going to be like, oh, we killed the Garls, and be like, oh, you guys are so good. Sorry about that. So he's like contemplating, like, this is war. And I don't think he understands the human connection of, like when Visha brought up envy and jealousy, I don't think he understands that human connection of like joking and laughing when it's dire.
Gallows humor does not make sense to him.
The gallows humor and the like just the connection that humans can get to when the inevitable is on the line. And so he's prepping. You see him, like, he's downstairs. He's cultivating as many seed pods as he can. He's tied them to his belt. If you see Skell, he's polishing the revolver. He's making sure it's loaded. He's walking the deck, his cannon in tow, his revolver in his one hand, his cannon being held up by his other two. He's checking out the lightning rod. He's climbing up to the crow's nest, looking through some sort of observation item at the Onyx fleet, and he's like taking note of minute by minute how much time this island has.
Mm-hmm.
Because he hasn't seen an army here. He hasn't seen any other ships coming to help. All he knows, it's us 5 or us 4, our undercrew, and an island worth of just people. He doesn't know about the resistance. He was never part of it. And so yeah, he's kind of like doom panicking.
Yeah. And so as Skell is going through that, and all of you would notice as you're going through things, obviously we've had more time go through with Izuesco, but Harbor is preparing, but they are not a military. You don't see any kind of militia. You see some people with some weapons, but from what you've heard and what you've seen, a lot of their fighters already gone with the first revolution they had with the Garls before you got there. And so while people are hunkering down, people are making preparations, you see people putting, shutting windows and nailing them shut and all sorts of those kind of things, getting ready to shelter in place. What you don't see is a lot of organized resistance. There is some, you've met some of them, but this is a minority of the preparations that are happening in Harbor to what you can see. And so Skell, it was kind of with that backdrop that eventually, as you are looking at the Onyx fleet in the crow's nest, your old friend Lau climbs up and just kind of sits next to you. And at first, he doesn't say anything. He just kind of sits and watches in the way that he does, in a way that you've had many not conversations with each other as you've gotten to know each other over these past months. But then he just kind of sighs and says to Skell, "Do you think we should leave?"
I am not opposed to running, but it is not my first choice. How many ships are there?
In the harbor total?
No, in the Onyx fleet.
6.
And would they be considered large ships compared to
Yes.
ours?
They are large, they are heavily armed, and there are, you guys have spy glasses, many people on the decks that you can see. Obviously, they're very far, but based on your estimations, yeah.
We are outmanned, outgunned, outprepared. I have never been an official member of a crew in my years, but
I have been in a fight or two. Generally, you want even numbers if you intend on even surviving.
And if you don't have it,
you fight and die, or you run and live. Maybe you kill a few, take some with you, but that, and he points to the horizon, is a bad omen. I would know.
Lau kind of cocks his head and he's thinking, and it seems like he's trying to figure out. He has something he wants to say. You can always tell when someone is just kind of chewing on their words a bit and trying to figure out what approach to take. But he kind of sits there thinking on your words, thinking on things. You all thought I was a crazy person for wanting to stay in Rusttown, despite knowing that the spit would eventually fall into the thrash. Did you not?
That was suicide, yes, Lau.
Some things I could perhaps be a bit stubborn on. And he kind of smiles to himself. But I stayed because it was, in my view, the right thing to do. I knew those people. I love those people. The ones that are still with us in the concourse. I don't know what the right thing to do for Harbor is. Maybe fighting will hurt more than it helps. But Skell, I don't want you to base your decision to fight or leave because it's easy or it's just going to keep you alive, though life is nice. Figure out what's the right thing to do. Maybe it's right to live another day and gather your strength and fight them. Maybe it's the right thing to do to make sure these people have a model to look up to. But I hope you will not live out of fear. And he stops and he kind of looks at you very sympathetically. I know you've lived through fear, through hate of others, including, I suspect, many of our kind. I hope that doesn't shape your opinion, my friend.
That fear and the hate has kept me alive until this point. It is not easy, but it is, what was the word Visha taught me? Cathartic. They are simple emotions, hate and fear, but they are powerful. It is almost animalistic at times.
Skell, why did you leave your husband?
I was exiled. I did not leave. I was cast out as a spiderling. I was supposed to be killed, but one of the royal guard took pity on me and threw me off the cliff instead.
Have you ever wanted to go back?
I would be killed on sight, but it would be nice. My only friend from home would be killed if the information got out that I'm still alive, spreading my curse.
Ah, he looks down. Skell. He shakes his head. Another time. And he stands up. I am a guest here. You all have been wonderful to allow me to travel in my twilight years. Let me know what you wish to do, and I will prepare the others. And he kind of like jingles his coat, and you can hear the metal rattling around. I'll be ready for a fight again.
How much do you know about ships?
Enough.
If you were to look through this viewing glass, what would you say the draft on the hulls is? I am trying to make a math guess.
Me, Frank, the draft on the hulls. I don't know
How
what that
deep
means.
the keel goes into the
into
thrash.
Into the thrash. I got you. Okay. He'll take the spyglass. Maybe 30 or 40% under the thrash that we cannot see.
That is good. I have an idea and I could use your help.
All right.
I'll need to get Visha.
I'll be here.
No. And he points to the giant 50-foot statue. That Visha.
Oh.
Desecrating my statue?
Oh, I love this.
And we can like cut
Yeah, cut.
to the Skell climbs down with Lau.
Captain.
You'd see Vesh should be on his way somewhere, and you interrupted him. Yes, Skell.
I have an idea.
You do? For the
Yes.
battle. All right.
I was sitting up in the crow's nest, and I was thinking about the damages the spirit root has taken in your command. And
Yes.
I was thinking the manted drake.
Yes.
When it swooped down, it drove its claw into the side.
You
That
did.
statue of Mistress Visha is the size of the manted drake. What
I
if we
see.
made our own and dropped it like a swinging clock at the Onyx Fleet? According to Lau's math skills, they would need to only moor somewhere where their ships could make it. Or they would sit in the Thrash and send attack vessels.
All right.
2 options. 1, we take the statue of the mistress and make a swinging battering ram.
All right.
Lau
option
has
2?
volunteered to put metal on it. And Skell just looks at Lau. He doesn't know if he agreed to or not. Lau just says, if you need my help.
Yeah.
2, if they do not moor in the docks and instead rely on attack boats, I have bombs. I would be willing to climb through the Thrash and put bombs underneath.
All right. Well, these are both good ideas. And he'll look off to the horizon. I'm assuming you said they were about a day away, right? Before when
Yeah.
we first
Yeah.
started.
So
So,
you guys have been milling about for a few hours. They're
Probably
getting
Yeah.
closer.
okay. All right. That's good. Do you need any help? Do you need the outrider? Is that did we get the outrider fixed too?
Yep.
I'm assuming
Everything
Okay.
is repaired and finished at this point. Your ship is perfect.
The outrider makes noise. The element of surprise may be against us.
Well, if we can see them, they can see us. So you're going to have to find a way to be clever about it. Can we go? Oh
I
wait.
could climb through the Thrash.
You want to climb under the Thrash?
Just below the surface. I have 3 arms.
You'd have to go quite a distance out. Are you
If
going to
we
be?
take out their command ships, and they can send no more small ships, it may deter them.
It's a good idea. I just want to make sure that we can do it safely. And he's
Captain.
gonna
And he put-
estimate. Yeah, go ahead.
He puts a hand on your shoulder.
With what's coming, I don't think safety is an option.
All right. All right. But it's going to take you hours. So if you don't want to take the Outrider, which Firefly, you can go underneath the Thrash with the Outrider, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like these ships can go below, or they
could
can
go
only.
all the way to the
Yeah.
sink if you wanted to.
Okay. So if you refuse to take the Outrider, just you'll have to leave as soon as we had our meeting. I'm assuming he's gonna have to go out pretty far to drop mines down, right? Like if he's going on foot.
I mean, depends how, like, they're not nukes. Like,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
yes, he has to go a decent
I-
ways out, but he doesn't have to go like a mile out or anything.
Sure.
Another idea. Have you ever shot a cannon at the powder room of a warship?
No, Skell, I haven't.
When the shell pierces the hull and explodes internally, the boat or ship goes up. Who do we know that was on the Onyx Star and would know the location of the armory?
He nods. Well, we'll ask him. That's also a good plan.
This
And
is
he-
all saying that they do not dock. If they dock, then it is a fight.
Well, we will do our best to avoid that, but we should prepare for it all the same. Skell, have you ever fired a cannon at a warship?
Yes.
Before we ventured out together?
Yes.
Often?
No. I was hiding in a fleet bouncing from cargo hold to cargo hold some years ago, and they discovered me.
I see.
So as I was running, and they were chanting to eat me, apparently they thought Zelacrae were a delicacy. I aimed the hive breaker where I knew their armory was, and destroyed it in one shot, along with everyone on board, as we were in Pinwolf country.
All right. Good work, Skell. It's good.
It did not feel good.
No. I know. I mean your plan. What you've put together.
It is survival. And he kind of like shrugs when he says that.
Oh, I know. Do you know where Izoesco is?
I believe she disappeared about 4 hours ago.
Izoesco, you can come back whenever you would like, as your training is, by this point, done.
I think, if you will permit, Firefly, he comes back with Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell. And they seem like they are marching with purpose.
And you can see, not severely, but Ollie in particular is covered in soot and ash. Like, not head to toe, but very clearly has the signs of it on his clothes, his arms.
All right.
And it's not like a I'm gonna make a weird reference. It's not like a mean girl strut, but it is very clear that she is not looking at the two of you, but past the two of you, as if like she has something that he needs to do. So they don't slow up on the approach.
Okay.
So if you say nothing, it looks like they're probably gonna walk right past you.
He will interrupt, and as you're walking by, he'll say, Izoesco, we're going to need to have a talk. The crew.
I see. Can it wait a moment?
How long?
Undetermined, but hopefully short.
Okay. Well, we are going to have a meeting in about 10 minutes. And I'd like
Over
a word
this?
with you over
She points to the horizon.
Yeah. Yes,
Hmm.
to prepare.
Good. Have you seen Lao recently?
He
Did I?
just went down
Okay.
to the cargo hold to rest for a moment.
Hmm. Then, Captain, this conversation should be shorter than I anticipated. Scale, my charge Ali here is similar to me, but with flame. Have you seen heated pieces of metal flying as projectiles before?
No. Only seed pods that explode.
Well, then I aim to change that.
But fire
And-
is the bane of the Wildsea, Izuesco.
So is the Onyx fleet.
And she picks up her saunter again and walks onto the plank of the ship and disappears from sight.
You are muted, Firefly.
Thank you. I think for Skell and Vesh, what Izuesco just said is kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
You all, every wild sailor, is constantly reminded about the dangers of fire by the conflagration, and your journey in particular, your mission is to get past what is essentially an impossible wall of flame. Historically, even with factions at war or fighting with one another, if there is an open fire on the thrash, they will stop fighting to put it out. That is how horrible and feared fire is. So Izuesco to be that casual about it is a little bit concerning. But that's what she said.
Did she say fire?
That's what I heard. I heard fire. You heard that, right?
I was always taught not to cause fire. That is why these seed pods are grown for a more biological explosion than heat.
Yes, no, it's very sensible teachings. Fire isn't good. We don't need a second conflagration. Ugh,
What is she planning?
I don't know. I'm going to give her a moment. And then I'm going to ask them some questions.
Have you seen Visha?
No. No, not since we were scrubbing the deck together.
Well, where did she go?
Where did Visha go to?
Where did I go? She's not on the ship. I think she slipped away while people were talking.
Oh my.
With Firefly's knowledge, she is, I think, on the spit.
She's on the island. Okay.
Yeah, on the island. Looking for some odds and ends.
What types of things are you gathering?
Well, I was perusing my wares. And I'm actually quite skilled in rattle.
Yeah, you are. You absolutely are.
And I think she spent a lot of time thinking about how stupid what she was doing was.
Okay.
Be frozen for a bit to where she couldn't do anything, and realized that, wow, it'd be even more embarrassing if he shows up and I do nothing, and I just stand here and I let these people like come onto my ship. And it may not be the same people, but am I gonna let people just come on the same ship and kill me again? Like, do I need to learn the lesson again? And, she doesn't have any weaponry. But she could probably make some, she figured. So, she is going out and looking for pieces she can put together to make weapons.
You could find almost anything that you need. What type of weapons are you trying to make? Swords, firearms, axes, bows?
Well, the problem is she's not skilled in any of the skills it takes to use them. Yeah, let me just double check. Yeah, no, she's not a skilled fighter at all.
That's okay.
But maybe she can make something that she doesn't have to be skilled at to use, is what she's hoping. So what would that be?
I'm all ears, friend.
What would an easy weapon to use be for her?
I mean, everything takes some degree of skill. Some things are easier than others. If you manage to find firearms, you're obviously going to be more successful than others, but ammo is pretty hard to come by. But if you wanted to make bows or anything bladed or anything blunt, you always have a chance of doing some damage with it. Also, I don't know how much you have leveled yourself up, but you are able to give yourself pips and stuff if you wanted to take the time to do that during this time. But I just don't know how many things you have saved up to do that or not, or if you even want to invest in some combat skills. But I don't know if anyone else has any ideas. There's not really anything that's going to take no amount of skill to use.
Yeah. I guess she's just gonna make... See, I'm picturing, and it's kind of stupid. Silliest little weapon ever. A little, oh gosh. What are those called? The word has left me. It's not a sling? It's a little,
Could be a sling.
Is that what those are called?
This?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
yes.
a sling.
That's a sling? Okay. Yeah, I could put some heavy rocks in there. You hit
could.
somebody upside the head with that, it'll hurt.
Yeah. There's plenty. You can go ahead and you can rattle and you can make a sling.
Yay. And she would, of course, collect big rock. Big enough.
Yeah.
Hefty rocks. Put in a pouch so she can smack somebody upside the head with them.
I would say, depending on how many people you were able to rally to your side and how much work you could get them to do very quickly, not only could you make yourself a sling, but if you wanted, you, Visha, the hero of Harbor, you might be able to get people to make either catapults or trebuchets. But that is
Well, that changes a lot.
people really like you, you know. So you know.
Yes. I think she thinks that's a great idea. I imagine she's like picking up some rocks. She's sitting nowhere in particular, building this little sling for herself. Maybe one for Sprite too, you know?
Mhm.
And, you know, I'm sure someone sees her, and that might be how the seed starts.
Yeah, I think you would see that same woman from before. You know. Who just kind of looks at you sideways as you by yourself are collecting rocks. And is like, what are you doing?
I'm going to make a weapon.
She's like silent for a sec. You're going to make a weapon.
Well, yeah. You know, a whole fleet of ships are coming to inevitably kill us all. So, you know, dying's not very fun.
You're staying then. You're staying to fight.
Yeah.
You know, I
We're the
reckon
ones-
that you could use something a bit bigger.
Probably. I don't know how much time I have to make something bigger, though, at least by myself.
She kind of looks over into the harbor. She sees the ships approaching. Got some time, and you've got a few thousand hands if you want some assistance. You know, there's a big statue of you up the mountainside. You helped save people in the town before. They kind of worship the ground you walk on. She kind of frowns. You're used to doing things by yourself. Wait. I cannot hear anyone. Wait.
Oh, whoops.
That's
Oh,
I
now we go.
I was
Now we're
muted.
good. There
Nope.
we go. Okay. Go again,
Um,
Momo.
Well,
She kind of shrugs. I
didn't want to assume that anyone was going to. But we are. Going to fight. Do you think they'll listen?
She actually rolls her eyes and she goes to a nearby building and she climbs up and says,
oh,
"Hey, you lot. Visha, the hero, would like some assistance.
Call me that, please! Don't call me that!
Would anyone like to help her, please?" And you see people immediately begin walking with purpose towards you in this little intersection that you stopped at. And then she kind of like puts her hands on her hips and smiles at you. There you go.
Thanks. Well, hello? I was thinking about making a trebuchet or catapult of some sort.
Yep. And
If-
Bruce, who was your ship mechanic earlier, is there. Happy to help you, ma'am.
Wonderful. I think I could draw out if you already don't know how to make it, which possibly you do, but I'm happy to help.
I'm familiar with the rough guesstimations. Happy to get started, lads. Would you see about helping the hero with the trebuchet or two? I think there's enough daylight for that before the cunts get to our shores.
That would be good.
And they begin working.
she would help them. Do you want me to
Yeah.
roll for my little sling?
You can roll for your
Yes.
little sling. Your two little slings.
Yes. Use sharps. 3. Okay. triple fives.
Ooh, that's a
Triple.
lot of twists.
To make my 2 slings and gather my rocks.
I need to think of a good twist.
What was that kid from Rookie of the Year, Henry Rowan Gardner? his arm was like a little too turned up.
Yeah.
I was
That's
thinking maybe
slang.
something like that, where like they think like they've got some decent trebuchets, but they're just a little too tight. So the velocity's like way up.
That's funny. That was a deep cut, Sparrow. That is a movie from my childhood, but I remember it.
You know what else? It's a movie I haven't seen.
What? Well, if we ever do another movie night, we'll add that to the list. That's a good one, kids. Rookie of the Year.
Well, to be fair, I think I've seen like maybe like 10% of it. Because I remember the part where like spoilers for a very old movie, he like falls on his arm and then it becomes normal again, so he has to
and he
figure
can't
out like how to
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, Gary Busey's in that movie.
Wow.
Random factoid. Anyway, you have 2 particularly quick-moving trebuchets and
Yay!
2 very good slings for you and Sprite. When Visha
Wahoo.
returns to the ship, you all have been looking for her for a bit. You know that she went to shore, but you had no idea where she went or why she went or when she was coming back. But she comes back, I don't know, Visha, you tell me if this is an accurate description, somewhat sheepishly with 2 slings in her hands and a big bag of rocks.
Bag of rocks. Bag of rocks. She just kind of like sidles up, like as you guys probably are going in for a meeting. She's a little late. She doesn't say anything, just like appears and waits.
Where have you been?
Um,
And she lifts them up, both of them like this.
I made slings.
Very nice.
She pulls them back.
Ooh.
One is for Sprite, and one is for me. And I have a big bag of rocks that are very large, or at least proportionately large. So if you hit someone in the head with them at the right angle, you could take an eyeball out.
Thanks, mistress. I will definitely use that sling. Yes.
She hands sling over to her child.
And the sling is massive in Sprite's hands, but she still is able to pull it back.
And myself and some of the people on the island, we made 2 trebuchets.
That
Like
seems,
the catapults.
that seems more
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah, I rallied some people. Well, I got some help and rallied some people, and me and some of the island inhabitants, we made two trebuchets.
That is good.
And she
That
kind of
is
points
destructive.
off into the distance. You can probably see the peaks of both of the trebuchets.
Yeah, they are a decent way up the mountain. I want to pause for a second there. What was Izuesco doing during this time with Ollie?
Eyeball emoji.
I think she was convincing or attempting to convince Lao that his mastery over metal and Ollie's ability to heat slash
Got it.
like basically I think she doesn't he either doesn't think about or doesn't care what was led what his sentences led Skell and Vesh to believe. I
Mhm.
think what his aim was to basically use that as some sort of an additional weapon to help destroy key pieces of of the Onyx Star itself.
Mhm.
Should it come to that,
Mhm.
because he knows better than he knows just as well as everyone else that like fire is like a bad idea.
Mhm.
But to be able to heat something and then use it to she's essentially creating something of like a heated shotgun
I
with
get you.
these two. She's trying to basically be like, listen, this will cut through huge pieces of your ship and possibly cause immense damage if y'all don't back off. Is kind of the idea here. So she's coming to Lao with the sense of like, this could be something as a last resort, like to get them to either back off or perhaps destroy.
Yeah.
So I think ultimately she wants to do the destroying of the captain herself, but she also
Ah.
doesn't want to see. She doesn't want to see this place go down for her vendetta. Like that's not where she's at.
Not scorched
So-
earth. Okay. Yeah, Lao would kind of say, I will do this if you promise me that if the Thrash and Tangle ignite, we put it out.
If the Thrash and Tangle ignite, we put it out. There is no question of it. But the captain of the Onyx Star wants death. And I will not allow it.
Lao
So-
just kind of looks at your eyes. If the captain of the Onyx Star wants death, here you will surely find it.
Hmm. Most likely, he will.
And I think from there, I think she maybe kind of just catches Lao and Ollie up to speed with each other.
Mm.
I think if that's a thing that's going to happen, she's not going to be micromanaging it. It's
Okay.
just like y'all can work together on this. I think this could be something very helpful. If you need me, great. But like, I'm not going to be
Yeah. You're not going to be
standing over there being like, "What you guys doing? Did you
do
Did
the
you?
thing?
How you gonna do it? Are you gonna use this? Are you gonna use that? Like she's got her own preparations to make.
Cool.
So
Your
that's
undercrew
where
are
he's at.
very intelligent and self-motivated people. If me, the GM, forgets about them, just poke me, just because many things to manage. But
Bet.
they are smart and they do not need specific instruction from you all. You have seen over time many of them be in intense situations and prove themselves very useful. I think at that point, Vesh, I assume you are, while that meeting has happened, you want to call your crew meeting and are just like, can I get everyone in one place at once, please? Finally.
Yeah. He wanted to talk to Izoesco first before the meeting.
Okay. Wouldn't be hard to do.
Mm-mm. Would not.
So yeah, he would make his way towards them, and would approach her, and silently. I guess maybe as you were contemplating, he would kind of sidle up next to you. And he's gonna ask you like a similar line of questioning to what he asked Besh, Skell. Before you joined our crew, when you were with the Onyx Star.
Hmm.
Tell me again, what did you do for them?
The same thing I do for you. But I am more effective at it now.
Mm-hmm. Your plan has always been to go after them again. Since you've been here.
More or less, yes.
Did you think about what you would do when you found them?
Yes.
Yes.
But it largely depends on who I find them with. There are members of the crew, cherished people, and if they stand firmly with the Onyx Star, plans change.
You were always expecting to have a fight like this,
No,
right?
incorrect, Captain. I expected we would have to chase them down, and I expected at some point to do this alone.
Alone. Against the fleet.
Against the captain.
See? You just assumed you would make circumstances happen as best you could to put you in that situation.
I assumed patience.
I see.
I am naive sometimes, perhaps ill informed. I do not understand ardent history and customs well, but at no point did I believe this would be easy.
Hmm.
At no point did I assume the spirit root would, what is it? Have my back. Would be nice, but did not assume. I only assumed that with time I would achieve my ends.
Hmm. I had hoped that a situation like this, that you might have felt a confidence in this situation. Obviously, you are stronger than I really could imagine.
Mm.
And you seem confident in your purpose. I am not. I'm not unfamiliar with a fight like this, believe it or not. I'm not experienced as you are, but my people were warriors, are warriors. And when a fight happens, you have to expect that there's a possibility that you or someone you know isn't going to make it out. We've had raids from other tribes, battles, infighting. And I just do my best to protect the people that I care about. And sometimes that means maybe being up against odds that you don't really have a hope against. And I have just always... I've just always assumed that I would either make it through or I wouldn't. And you just have to kind of accept that. I've always left the fighting to others because they've always seemed to have a need for it. And as far as I see, Izoeska, this is your need more than anyone else's on our crew, on this ship.
I think needs have changed. I want to destroy the captain. I need them to turn away. If they turn away and leave this place be, it is no failure. It is not a missed chance. Does that make sense?
No, it does. Yes. Yes, it makes sense. And I'm just glad to hear it. That you expect to get out of this.
I spoke with Lau and introduced him to Ollie as a last resort. They have agreed to work together. His mastery over alloys and metals, Ollie's ability to use flame as a leave or else should our other methods fail.
There's a relief that washes over him. He's still tense, but he looks at you. Okay, good. Good.
Make no mistake, Captain. I still plan to kill Trav. It does not have to be today.
Good. And he will, I think we should have a meeting now, he'll say. And he'll gesture towards where the rest of the group will be meeting.
And where are you meeting?
Where we usually meet, which I don't know where that is.
I mean, often it's the deck of the ship, but you know.
We have more space now.
Oh yeah, now you actually, I think you guys have a large map room now that you can meet in.
Could be anything.
Map room sounds like a good meeting room.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. You meet in your map room. Do you want it to be just the four of you, or do you want your undercrew there as well?
I think it'll just be the four of us, and then we'll disseminate information afterwards. Okay. So I guess we gather in into this room, and Vesh will nod at each of you as you come in. Firefly, how far out are the ships? We still, I mean, I'm assuming that I'm not leaving this till the last minute.
You've got a few hours.
Okay.
But they can very much see the town, and you can very much see them even without spyglasses now. They're getting close.
Okay. All right. We're about to go into battle, and I think this is going to be our toughest one so far. So, let's talk about our plans. And after a brief hesitation, you see a resolve come over him. Skell has been preparing some ideas. And he goes over the mines. He goes over the plans. He talks about how he has spoken with, I assume it early on, he would have spoken with like the town, if there's any defenses that they do have where they plan on positioning them. You know, I'm assuming they have some leftover equipment or weapon, whatever the Garls were using must still be there.
Some, but people largely, you know, Vish's appearance and building of the trebuchets has certainly helped rally people a little bit more. But you don't have thousands of battle-ready people. You have dozens of battle-ready people.
Sure. But I lay out, you know, this is what I've gathered from, you know, what's being prepared here. This is what I've gathered from the plans that we've talked about. You all know I'm not a fighter, so my goal is going to be to keep everyone else as safe as I can. But when things happen, we need to have some sense of what we're going to do. So, our main goal, he looks to Izoesco and nods, is to get them to turn away by any means. We don't have to win, we don't have to beat them. We just have to save everyone here.
So, a retreat.
Yes. If we can force them to retreat, all the better. So, what I'm hoping is that we can put our minds together with the tools that we've come up with the plans we've started, and maybe we could figure out a way of putting it together so that we can hit them with one big blow and scare them so badly that they'll just want to turn around.
What if they want to parlay?
Then we will talk. If we can avoid a fight.
Izuesco, are you okay with talking to them?
He doesn't answer. He just looks to Vesh.
I will do the talking, but I would like you there, Izoesko. If it comes down to it.
A strong thing. I will do this.
And Visha, are you okay using your statue as a weapon?
Yeah, I don't mind. It's just a statue.
Big
Pressing exit out.
Visha. Oh, press. I was like, what'd you say? Press exit down.
It's fine. I got to see it. That's pretty cool.
Okay, then.
Vesh, if they do have my brother, what then?
Then we will learn whether he's with them or with us.
They're not gonna let him go willingly. If they have one of his... If they have his anchor.
I assume that's what they have.
He's not somebody who likes to be trapped. That's why he was always out on the sea.
I know that we want to talk to your brother. Believe me, I want to. And I want to rescue him and bring him back aboard here. But our priority should be the people here. The people that we're meant to protect. That's the promise. That's why we stayed.
Okay.
Is it Visha?
No. It's not. She's lying. It's not. Okay. But, you know.
Do you give that away on your face?
She doesn't look happy. She's not a master manipulator. She doesn't look pleased at all by this answer.
Well, he notes that he doesn't really have anything else to add.
As you're all kind of taking this in, making last minute strategies, they're close enough now that you see at once the black flags over the six ships of the Onyx fleet. Why was that so hard? Are drawn down and replaced with the white flag of Parley as they begin coming close to the harbor. It seems that they want to talk before this shindig goes down. And we will take a few moments to take a break before we get to that. We're going to be
Before
back.
we pop off.
We're back in about 15 minutes, and then we'll have some talking or not talking. Maybe there'll be some mind. Maybe a statue is going to get thrown into some ships. Maybe the thrash will be on fire and we'll have another conflagration, but we'll find out soon. We'll be back in 15. See you soon, everyone.
See you in a minute.
Goodbye.
everyone. Thank you for bearing with us. Longer break, just stuff happening. If you were new here, welcome. Thank you for coming in. If you would like to know more about us, our games, what we're doing, talk about Art Fight, talk about Marvel Rivals, and how Luna Snow is super OP right now, you can join our Discord, discord.gg/magirpg. We talk about a lot of things. You'll find out what's coming next for us. You get to chat about our games, our characters, RPGs in general, game questions, etc., etc. We are all there and love to talk about it. We've also been playing a lot of Pal World this week because 1.0 came out, and that game is so good and massive. And I feel like we've been playing 30 hours this past week and still have another 30 hours at least before we even finish it. Anyway. And you can watch the previous episodes of this show and many of our other shows, Cosmere, VTM, etc., on our YouTube, youtube.com/magirpg. Also want to thank the person who donated $4.20 earlier, which, blaze it. Thank you for that. If you want to support that, our artists are having a good time during Art Fight right now. This art is done by Momobi, who's also starring in the game. A lot of our art is done by Crisby and many others, the Mandy, etc. You can support them if you leave a tip. All of our money goes towards our game production and all of those associated costs. So it is all appreciated, though not necessary. I just hope you're all enjoying the game. That is it. Before the break, we had a little bit of a tense meeting with everyone, and then you saw that it seems that the Onyx fleet would like to talk. Some of you may be in the mood for talking, others might not be in the mood for talking, but Vesh, as the captain, what are your thoughts upon seeing that the Onyx fleet wants to talk?
How are we receiving this message?
Just they are raising white flags on all of their ships instead of the black flags that they had coming in.
All right. All right, I guess they do want to talk. All right, should we... Sorry, I'm literally thinking, do we take a boat? Do we take our ship out to meet them, or do we have take the Outrider?
Nah, let them come here. How close are they gonna get? Let them make
Yeah, I guess they can send a ship over is probably... Well,
Let them make the move.
yes. Let's have them come over to us. And then he looks at Skell. Are they going to hit one of your mines?
I don't know. Would I have planted them already?
You could plant them now if you want. You could have planted them. There was plenty of time. It's up to you. How many?
Was there a
mines
little
were
bit
you
of a
putting out
time
there?
passing when we were on break?
I mean, there's been
are they
hours. The day has been
Yeah.
going by. There's been hours and hours. You guys have had a whole day to prepare. So pretty much anything you guys wanted to prepare, you could.
Okay.
How many mines will you planted out there, Skell?
6.
6 mines. Okay.
Well, if we invite one of them over,
They
Are they-
shouldn't know. They are deeper. Going with Lau's math of 30 feet deep, an outrider or small ship should not penetrate the thrash that deep.
all right. Then we will meet them out there on an Outrider. Iswesco?
Izuesco. They are planted here. Here. And Skell points to you, just in case you want to call down a lightning bolt in that vicinity.
Acknowledged.
Vesh will grab a bit of white cloth to to take out on the Outrider. And we'll gather Izoesco. And they'll start the machine up. And he'll wave the flag for a bit. And he'll go just far enough out. Probably like right amongst where the mines are. Right? Like somewhere midway between them.
Okay.
And actually we will make our way forward a bit, but if they don't send someone out to meet us, I'm not going all the way out there.
Okay.
So if I don't notice anybody coming out within the next 30 seconds to a minute, I'm turning the Outrider back.
Those of you back on the spirit route, you see Sprite once again shed her skin. She comes out with 2 enormously sharpened mantis claws on her arms. Lau is readying a giant amount of metal beneath his cloak with many more on standby. You see that your townsfolk have readied themselves. You have people at the trebuchets with rocks ready to get added on. You have a few people with small arms, swords, knives, etc. Ollie is ready and is kind of put on a black cloak and having it flapping in the wind, waiting on standby. And it is tense. You all take the Outrider, go to the mines, and it's a long wait. Eventually, the fleet stops about half a mile off of the shore, and then a single ship continues on. It wouldn't mean anything to any of you except to Izuesco, who would know that this is the original ship of the Onyx fleet, the Onyx Star. It is still a massive vessel. It is much larger than your Outrider, but it very slowly approaches. White flag dancing in the wind. Sun not quite setting, but getting ready. And it meanders towards you on the Outrider. You can see at least 20 people on the deck of this ship. Even with the Spirit Route's expansion, this ship is twice the size of the Spirit Route. Several decks below must be. Cannons coming out of the sides, mounted on the front, and many people with firearms and bladed weapons around the side. And it stops maybe 50 feet away from your Outrider. And you hear the kind of, what's the best descriptor for this? Clicky, twitchy sound of a Gao speaking in very heavily accented low sour. Who speaks for Arbor?
For Arbor?
For Harbor, yes?
I do.
My name is Lamont. Your name is?
Vesh.
Ah, Captain Vesh, yes. Do you guys hear that?
Yep,
That beat it onto Mike?
I was muted, if that helps.
Is it my mic?
Might be.
I don't know what would cause that.
I didn't hear anything.
That was crazy.
All right.
All right, let's hope
gonna
that
mute
doesn't happen again.
again.
My phone used to cause that when it would be by my input, but
If
it's
Sparrow
not.
didn't hear that, it might have been Sparrow's mic somehow.
That could have been.
Oh.
I
make
heard
sure,
it.
make sure everyone's phones are away from their
Did you hear
mics.
it?
That can
Yeah.
do that sometimes. I'm
Isn't that
just
weird?
moving away. Anyway, we have terms for you.
All right, I'm interested in hearing them.
If Harbor surrenders the crew of the Spirit Route, we leave Harbor as autonomous, managed vassal of the Onyx fleet. But we do not step foot on the shores of the island again.
If we... Just repeat that again.
Turn over the crew of the Spirit Route.
Right, okay. No, I don't think I like that option very much.
You have counter terms?
He's gonna look to Izoesco. This isn't the captain. Is this even worth doing? Negotiating with...
Firefly, does she know Lamont?
You would know Lamont and their mate pair. Gao don't really mate in the traditional sense. Timit, Lamont and Timit, are pretty much everywhere together, and there's not really a first mate of the Onyx Star, but they were given a lot of responsibility. I would say, you know, from your experience, they didn't have the cruelty or maliciousness that Trav had, but they seemed rather indifferent to it while you were there. You were not friends, but you were not enemies.
What I'm asking, if I wasn't clear, is like, they want a full surrender here. Is this even, like, is this person going to be authorized to actually negotiate here anything other than, you know, is this worth barking up this tree, or should we just be asking for the captain? I guess he'll say something to that effect.
So I'm hoping that Firefly is confirming that to Izoesco she does not see this as like worth our time. But
they
I'm
could be in
unsure.
a position to negotiate, but I'm sure both of you would rather be dealing with the captain, obviously. But that's a difficult question to ascertain.
Mm-hmm.
It is not exactly a disrespect, Lamont, and
She like looks around to see if she can spot Timid.
You can. They have not
Okay.
said anything so far, but they are there.
Okay.
Timid have had, perhaps still do, perhaps more, many responsibilities.
Well, my counter terms are that you leave the settlement of Harbor alone, for good, with no strings attached. And you turn over anybody on your crew or on your vessels that wishes to leave with us.
I see that our opening offers were both too much to be stomached by the other party. We move to second round of offers. Instead, we humbly request that you surrender the one known as Visha. In exchange, Harbor will still be given the same terms. The rest of the spirit route will be unharmed.
Why do you want Visha?
There's silence for a moment. Our reasons are not your concern.
Oh, but they are, as they are necessary for the negotiation.
Our captain has a affinity for ancient things, both precursor and otherwise. Visha is an anchored. Her wisdom will increase our influence on the wild waves.
Okay. No.
Bijan, does Vesh know signaling at all?
I want to say no. I'm pretty sure that that's a no. Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't
You
know
can
if you have
try.
any, if you two have shared
You can-
languages.
Just low, sour, and signaling. Then you see a bunch of she doesn't have anything on her to use signaling anyway, but she looks at you and then looks at Lamont, and then it's like her eyes go straight down. Like her head tilts a little bit. What she's doing is trying to include herself in this round of counter offers. But that's up to y'all if you catch that. She's basically saying, like, if Visha goes, I'm going. Like, there's no, like, that would be acceptable. Because I think she thinks that she would be able to get Visha off that, away from the fleet. But that's up to you if you catch that just in those three looks. Probably not, but
Maybe. What was I'm so sorry. What was Visha's brother's name?
Atlas.
Atlas. Okay. And do you have an atlas aboard one of your vessels?
Silence for a moment. We do, along with Gollum.
Gollum?
Gollum, the other former Spirit Root member.
I see.
She will be reunited with them.
I will need to discuss the terms with my crew. And in order to do that properly, we need to speak with Atlas.
You hear nothing for a long moment. And then you hear some movement on the deck and scrambling. And you see a tall Ardent being shoved forward. And they lower them into a single small boat with a small sail and begin to lower that onto the side of the ship. You have 1 hour to decide. And their ship turns and joins the other 6. And this single small sailboat goes up to your outrider. And you see a Ardent who looks to be in terrible pain. though they don't seem to have any signs of physical injury that you can tell.
Before, as they're like, leading him out, his anchor. Do you have his anchor?
His anchor will remain on the ship.
He's in pain.
Yes, he is. Insurance.
The insurance is the safety of the people of Horizon. We're not going to abandon them.
Not negotiable. The anchors stay with its master.
All right, he reaches forward to help Atlas on board. All right, fine.
Where is my sister?
We're going to go talk to her right now.
And he's clutching at his chest. Please, now.
I turn the outrider around and I motion for whoever I left at the helm to inch the ship a little closer, without just a bit, just to lessen the amount of distance that he has to
Skell,
travel
looks like you're
away
up.
from it.
You ever driven a ship before?
I wouldn't be up. That's Visha.
Visha, ever driven a
That's
ship
true.
before?
I've probably been taught.
Skell's ready with his cannon just in case shit pops off.
Okay.
She
You
would bring
have
it closer.
Yeah. And even from far away, you recognize your brother. It is definitely him.
She definitely is peering, but moves that ship real quick.
You get the outrider into the cargo holds, and you hear from below, Visha?
Her runs, but then stops running, and then slows. No, don't be a loser about this. And she
you-
walks.
You
Quickly.
see him almost limping up the stairs, looking around. He's kind of going through your undercrew, almost delirious like before he sees you. And then he just breaks and starts crying.
She would run to him and hug him very tightly.
How many times have I seen you limping towards me and begging me to help you?
Too many. Far too many.
They have your anchor, right?
Yes. They're not going to give it to me.
And Vesh will walk up and say, well, welcome to the Spirit Route.
He looks and he sees Marcus among the undercrew. Marcus, you're here. They found me from the pirates, right?
Oh, this is Vesh. He's
Captain
the current.
Vesh.
Yes, the current captain of the Spirit Route.
That's quite the renovation job you've done to my ship.
My ship.
Let's not be pedantic, shall we?
Let's be accurate.
He glares.
She gives you this look, Vesh, like, I told you.
And at that moment, Izuesco stands full and tall between the two of them.
less than 1 hour. Perhaps this can be done another time.
It's already done. But you're right.
Sis, you have to.
Have to. What?
We can't beat
These
them.
are the terms. And he will explain in detail what they had said.
Where's Skell? She's gonna call for Skell. Skell, come down.
I have them in my sights.
Oh,
Zeroed in.
Please, no, my anchor. You'll kill me.
You're already dead.
Captain.
they want to take Bisha. Or they want us to surrender in exchange for the safety of Harbor. Which would still be under their control, but they claim that they won't set foot on their soil.
Admiral Trav is a vicious man, but
Why did he take you?
he has this obsession with privy artifacts anchored. He's found methods of controlling us. I'm sure Marcus must have explained some bit of that to you.
A bit.
It's
He
just a
just
whim
wants to
for him?
unite the world.
Unite the world.
Where is the armory?
The
On your flagship.
the second sublevel. Why? You're not gonna blow
Port
up the
or
ship,
starboard side.
sis. You're not gonna blow up the Onyx Star.
I don't know anything about it.
We need to know our options, Atlas. They're not great, but if a fight happens, we need the best chance.
Vesh, I have an idea
I'm
that
all
combines
ears.
all of our ideas.
All right.
So, if we are blowing things up, she winks at Skull. Then, what if we agree to their terms? What if I go over and, well, I guess this would. Atlas, do you know where your anchor is?
Yes, Trav has it, just like all the other anchors he has.
Where is he?
He has them on his person?
Always.
What a creep.
He's on one of the ships. I actually don't know which one.
Well, then this plan might not work. In theory, I was thinking we could grab the anchors, whether through. Can you go incorporeal?
Yes.
Okay, well, my thought was if we pretended to agree and I went over there, maybe I could disappear from them and grab your anchor, escape with it, and then we blow them up.
In
Visha.
theory, it would work. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, Aizu.
They will most certainly take your anchor as a first move.
Do you think we can lie about what my anchor is?
Unlikely they would test it.
I could pretend to be in pain.
It is your anchor. I cannot choose that for you.
So I would say
Maybe.
Visha and Vesh, you both have a supernatural ability to see anchored objects
That's
and
true.
identify them. It is very possible that they either have someone that can do the same or have created a device to do so. So not to discount your plan entirely, but I think that would become apparent even in discussing it.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Is that not the strange device I have that I stole from Pirate Man
It is. It is, in fact.
that takes the anchors? That I still have in my inventory?
It is. You might say that was a very useful thing for you to have.
She they're having this conversation. And she just looks at Izoeska. But you know what? I have the weird pirate man's device. You know, the thing that was pulling all the anchors. I took it from him. It's in my lab.
Oh.
What if we use that? If I can just get close enough, you and I can see the devices. If I can get
Yes.
close enough to Atlas's, I can yoink. And then we can blow up.
Joink, that's it. All right.
Yoink, that's it.
Yoink, that's it.
Your brother
Quoted.
kind of looks at you a little bit surprised. You stole the Kjartiko's vacuum.
Is that what it's called?
The device, yes, they call it a vacuum.
Oh.
All
The
right.
Kjartiko is the name of the pirate group you must have killed at some point.
We did. They were trying to steal me.
And they're trying to do it again.
I know.
Well,
She kind of. Wait. She kind of nudges her brother. Did you see the giant statue they have of me here? The
He
first time she
smiles
ever cares
despite
about it.
his pain and is like, "Yes, sister, I saw the giant statue. There's several other giant statues of us in other islands and spits.
Really?
Many, in fact. It's actually kind of annoying, the Admiral.
Why are you so popular?
We had a great voyage once.
Almost twice.
1.5
and they made
times.
statues of you?
It was an easier time back then.
I must also point out she is seen as a source of hope. Do not look surprised. When you arrived on the island, people talked of revolution.
Yes, I
Did they
know.
not?
I know. They did. Yes.
We have trebuchets. I did convince them to build trebuchets.
You convinced them that the Garl's rule was at an end before we moved a muscle. Did you not?
I tried. And
You
succeeded.
To imprison this symbol of hope is certainly a tertiary goal.
Well, they won't because we have the vacuum. It's probably best that someone other than me does it
Because on the off chance that they take my anchor from me, they could control me to not use it.
Right.
So, one of you should use it. But that's my thought. We use the vacuum. We find where Trav is. I don't know the distances on these, but it was pretty far. We pull his. And you can blow it up.
We need to get him out in the open, the captain. We can't
Yes.
just wave it around and hope to pull the items in that we need. And
Well,
we
I
can't afford for this
imagine-
to take too long, otherwise they're going to probably start firing at us.
Well, I imagine that he'll come out to see me if he's been this insistent to get me.
We need to cause chaos. So in that, he's gonna look.
Oh.
He's gonna look to Skell. He says, "I think this is where you might come in, Skell. Where was that armory, Atlas?
Second floor.
Port or starboard?
The entire second floor.
Hmm.
More specifically, near the cannonry.
All right. Okay, so as we approach, we'll ask to speak to the captain before boarding, asking one final question as a last-minute addition to the deal. We will refuse to board unless they comply. When we see the captain, I'll turn the device on. And Skell, you take the shot.
And Izuesco, your quarry is standing there.
Welcome, Raiders.
Until I am sure the harbor is safe, so is he. From me.
What about a storm?
Ooh, storm would be super good.
Atlas is kind of following all your conversation and says, I'm so very glad that all of you have very good ideas. Genuinely good ideas. But so much can go wrong. Isn't it just... And he kind of like... Just... Give us up. Move on with your lives. This isn't your fight.
You want to just give up and be a part of his collection? You want Visha to be a part of his collection?
No. I don't want anyone else to die from me.
With the Onyx fleet, death is guaranteed.
We're
And
already...
I would die for Visha, so
It's too big ass, like a don't do that.
There is no reality in which I am okay with handing any member of my crew over to them.
Very
And-
well.
Whatever we need to do to keep them safe, that's what we'll do. And I'm frankly a little disappointed to hear that you don't have that same drive to fight here.
He
To
shoots
try.
you a sharp look, and then he kind of doubles over in pain. Whatever you're going to do, let's do it quick.
Captain,
Yes.
this man is suffering. This man
Yeah.
has suffered greatly at the hands of Trav. Just something to keep in mind.
Of course.
And because she intercepted the look between him and Vesh, and then kind of
Sure.
looks. She doesn't look at the captain when she says this. She's looking at him.
So you guys have the plan. Are you putting the plan in motion?
I think after she looks at Visha's brother, she looks to the sky and stops moving. That's all I'm gonna say for now.
Storm's coming.
Storm's coming.
Do you all load back into the Outrider? Well, not all, but the ones who were there before plus Visha? Or do you take your whole ship? Do you take the whole spirit route to them?
I mean, in this case, I think we can. The Outrider can technically only fit 2, so I'm
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're stretching it a bit, adding a third who's
Yes, he
having
would
an
be.
uncomfortable ride.
Yeah.
We have the wagon, so it's not like it's completely unrealistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we have like a little bit of space, so I think it has to be Visha, me, and Atlas.
Okay.
Unless we bring the whole ship
Unless
over.
you bring the whole spirit route
Across the minefield.
across the minefield.
Across the minefield. Where there are mines.
Explosive
Just a
ones.
little reminder.
These are all choices.
Oh, this isn't a sea. It's a mine factory. They're mines.
Mines.
As Vesh, Visha, and Atlas get on the Outrider and start riding back, Skell goes to Izoesco. Why do you not want your revenge?
You misunderstand, Skell. I want it, but to destroy the livelihood of everyone back there, for it, not worth that. Anger in recklessness hurts more than it helps. So I practice patience. But it appears that more members of the fleet must share the captain's fate.
And with that, there's a distant rumble.
You all bring the Outrider closer, and once you get within close distance of the 6, the same flagship will come forward to meet you. And you see, once again, Lamont step forward, kind of shimmying through this big crowd. Though they're much higher than you, obviously, because you're in a small Outrider and they're in a massive flagship. You hear their voice again. What is your decision?
I need assurances from your captain. We need to ask them a question before we can agree. And if their answer is satisfactory, you may have Visha.
She waves. As proof.
Yes. Captain expected as much. So we go to stage 3, the trap and deception. But let it be known that if this is trap and deception on your part, we will destroy the anchors and you.
With that, Izuesco gives a knowing look to Skell for a moment.
Not the knowing look.
As you look at him, he looks at you. He just kind of like stretches out his shoulder as he just shoulders his rocket launcher.
And then she returns her eyes to the sky.
And Visha, you would see Callum and Admiral Trav peek their heads over the side of the ship. Well, I am here. Captain Vesh, what would you like to hear from me?
Well, I guess I don't have too much to say. Visha?
She looks at you.
All right.
Man, a few words.
Yeah. All right.
Captain?
All right. Well, let's not waste any further time here. And he's going to lift the device up and wait a moment and turn it on. I don't know how to do. Is there a button?
There's a
Knob?
button.
Yeah, she would have shown you.
Yeah.
You wait. You wait.
And I'm waiting, and I'm also waiting for a shot from
Skell.
Skell.
Was that
the signal?
You are next to the ship. I don't know if you want to be next to the ship.
Well,
Guess you wait.
I mean, if that was the signal, I'll take the shot.
Were we
So
right next to
funny.
the ship? I'm sorry, maybe I misunderstood.
you're-
You're on a little outrider.
Yeah, you're on
I
an
thought we were
outrider
still-
next
we
to
were
a
still
massive
meeting-
ship.
Okay, I thought we had some distance.
I mean, if you
Imagine
would like
being on
to,
the-
you have
Yeah.
to be close enough that shouting
Whoa.
can hear. You know, like you're
Yeah.
not like
You're on
5
a
feet
dinghy
away.
next
but
to a destroyer.
yes,
like-
that is the situation.
just screaming up at each other.
Yes. So if that was
Absolutely
the
screaming.
signal, sure. Is that
the
that
signal.
what's happening? Okay.
Sure.
That was the signal.
I mean, he's here. I'm lifting the device up. We're vacuuming.
You wait, and the anchors do not get sucked. And he says, "Really? Really now? Did you really think that I was that stupid, Vesh?"
He sits there with his hand in the air. I mean,
that's a
I was-
6 and a 5 and a 5. That's a 6.
I was hoping.
You send a shot. Who or where are you aiming, Skell?
I mean, if that was the signal,
You're aiming
signal-
at the
and
deck
yes,
where the
signal was
explosives
for
are.
Captain Vesh to raise his hand.
Yep.
That was my sign.
Yep.
I was
turn
told,
on the vacuum. Yeah.
I was
This is a
told
disaster. I love
the
it.
powder room is the second floor, the
Yep.
entire second
Yep.
deck.
Yep. We're shooting
Izuesco
into the second deck.
Izuesco said specifically the cannonade area of the second deck.
Mm-hmm.
So as you raise your hand, you hear the retort, and right past you, it hits true.
And there is a large explosion from within the deck.
I
Yeah, you still have Shipbreaker.
have
And
Hullbreaker, yes.
Hullbreaker. It sends a massive explosion within the ship, and Trav looks like shaken but not surprised. And like the ship begins to rock and look like it is breaking apart pretty quickly. But you see him raise a device to his mouth. And
Before he gets, as soon as that device comes to his mouth, a lightning bolt just strikes down on his spot.
did you already
With a
roll?
6, a 3, and a 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
good shit.
Damn, before it even touched his little moist lip.
She knows him well enough to know as soon as he reaches for anything,
Yes.
fuck that.
Fantastic.
She had a whole different idea, but this has happened, and if he's reaching for anything, nope. She is striking right where he's at. She doesn't even raise her hands. It's just she is looking straight up, and a lightning bolt just comes down on his spot.
And as he's doing that, it hits, and you see everyone on the deck, whether it's a combination of the impact or them getting hit or them jumping or dodging, you aren't sure. But they go down, and nothing comes up from the deck anymore. You hear from somewhere within the ship, ding, 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 some sort of bell signal. And you hear from the other ships that are further away, they begin ringing the bell too. The Onyx Star, the flagship of the Onyx fleet, begins to sink into the thrash and break apart as Skell's cannonball has done immense damage to it.
What's the twist?
Not that expression, dude. That was diabolical.
The twist for you is that you don't have to use the ammo that you shot, as your little helper has found another ball somewhere on the ship. So you can keep that one. Visha, you see your brother keel over and clutch at his chest.
Where is it? Where's your anchor? It's on him, right?
If it was, it didn't get
Okay.
vacuumed, and he looks questioningly, and you destroyed it? And you see him start to go ethereal and begin fading in front of you. And within seconds, he vanishes. And he's gone. And that's where we're gonna leave off for tonight.
Skell looks at Azuesco. I think we got him.
And we will be back next week for
Oh boy.
what the
combat
aftermath of
episode.
that. It's gonna be a combat episode for sure. Blood Money is back. Momo
Friday.
might be more mad in this game than she is in that game right now.
At this point,
But it's about to be a week of the Momo being unhinged. Join our
Welcome
Discord,
to my life.
discord.gg/MagicRPG. You can head to our YouTube, youtube.com/MagicRPG. Blood Money's back on Friday. We will see you all then. Oh God, I can't wait till next week. I'll see you all soon. Bye,
dude,
everyone.
I can't believe you killed my brother.
Good night. Hit true. Good shot. Good shot. Good shot.
꿀먹게 모퉁이에 baby bird and mama bird 아련히 봤지만 oh baby I loved you better than I 누군가에겐 하지 않아 아 끝없이 스스로 You've got this. 다시 털고 일어나. 그게 너야. Oh, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're everything you need, yeah. 기타를 치며 따르라 노래하는 나의 꿈 그